All right, guys, today we are going to be reacting to how I view the United States after living in Germany. Four things that stand out. Let's jump in, guys.
Because I've spent the last 6 years of my life, half year in Germany and the other half in California, and overall 16 years I've been going back and forth between these two worlds. There are certain things that now I do not understand about the USA, and I think those things feel like the US can learn from Germany, and actually not even just Germany, just other parts of the world. But the sad part is, most people living in the USA, although they might recognize these as issues, there's not much we can do about these issues.
Okay.
Earlier this year, when I was in California, I went to the dentist. I rarely go to the dentist because of the high cost, and I am very blessed with my teeth. I don't have any issues. So I walk into this dental office, and this is just for a regular checkup because I hadn't been for quite some time. So I wanted to see if everything was healthy and good. The dentist looked over everything, and they offered me teeth cleaning for 250, plus there was some other additional fee, and I think the total came out to 300. I refused it because I thought, I'm going back to Germany anyways, I'll get my teeth cleaned there. After the dentist looked over my teeth, he said that I have gum disease and that I would need treatment. And based on my past experiences in California with dentists especially, I've lost trust in believing everything that they say. I've refused everything, and I paid my fee for the checkup, and I left it all for me to see a dentist when I came to Germany. And mind you, I had never seen a dentist here in Germany until this time. So now that we're in Germany, yesterday I went into the dentist's office for the first time. I walked in, and the dental assistant looked at my teeth, and she said, "Would you like teeth cleaning?" I said, "Yes." It cost me 80 euros for teeth cleaning and polishing. And then the dentist came and he looked over my teeth. He said, "Everything is fine. Your teeth are healthy, your gums are healthy." And that made me think like how shitty it is in the USA with this
Yo, that's
entire.
crazy, man. That's crazy. And the way they explain it is, it sound like guys like sound like the dentist was trying to just pull a how they call it. It's not a one up. It's a upsell. He's right though. Like that. I mean, that sounded so American to be honest.
Healthcare system. So I grew up
No
in
dignity.
California not having any healthcare at all because my parents could not afford it. I didn't have healthcare until I got my first job after university, and that lasted for 3 years because after that I started my own business. When I started my own business, I also could not afford in the beginning to pay for healthcare. So I didn't have health insurance for a while. And both of my parents went through their entire life without healthcare. I think there was a span of maybe 1 year where they actually paid for health insurance. But having to shell out about 700 per person at that time was nearly impossible for them. So they did it for a year, and then after that they said, well, fuck it. If we get sick, we get sick. We can't afford this. My mom's retired now. She has very good health care, but for a lot of people, healthcare is not a possibility in the USA, and that really, really sucks. Currently, over 7% of the population of the USA is not covered by health insurance. Whereas compared to Germany, it's 0.1% of the population which is not covered by healthcare. A few years ago, I had an opportunity to
Interesting.
work with a German company here. When I started this gig with this company, the first thing that they asked me was, "Can you please give us your calendar for all of the days that you plan to take off or weeks that you plan to take off for the next year?" My brain was thinking like how I think in the USA. I was very shy about taking days off.
Yep.
I put in the US holidays, I think, like the Thanksgiving Day, because we were going to be here during Thanksgiving. So I really wanted to take that day off. And I felt guilty of taking, those 2 days off because I was thinking this is not a German holiday, it's a US holiday. So why am I taking this off? I shouldn't take this off. So I contemplated so much that I felt so guilty of taking just those 2 days off. Everything else, I just left it as whatever the holidays were given. I told them, I was like, don't worry. I don't plan on taking any vacation because I can always take vacation after this gig is completed. And they were really surprised. They were like, "Are you sure you don't want to take days off?" And I was like, "No, no." And I was thinking in my head that I am impressing them, that I can take days off, that I'm so dedicated to work. And I realized it much later that how ridiculous this is. It's based on our conditioning in the USA.
Yeah.
We are conditioned to constantly work
Work,
and work
work, work,
hard
work, work.
and prove that we are hard workers.
You know what's crazy? In the last company that I was working for, bro, my teammates and the people that were working in the same job that I was working, bro, their eye bags. Yo, their eye bags were like 3 layers, man. I'm talking about one eye bag here, then another one here, and then another one over here. Like these people were never would take a day off. Like it was horrendous to see them, man. And some of them they were not even older than me. They were not even older. I'm talking, bro. I'm talking about. I still have like a one small one. It's not that bad though. But the one that they had, it was like here and here and here and hey, how you doing? How's everything? Everything good? Oh wow, I'm so awake. And they look like this, bro. I used to work with a company, and a lot of females. They used to work in the main office, and once a year they do like a review or a company meetup, and some of the females were working, and I felt bad for some of them because they were moms, but their eye bags were so bad that they put so much makeup in their face, and you still can see the black in their face of the eye bag. Like they will have a piece of black blood, I guess, like all the way here, like all the way here, man. And I'm like, how can you live like this for $15 an hour? Like, what are you doing? How is this even worth it in your, bro? I'm talking about all the way here. I don't know, man. It's just he's right.
That we are dedicated employees of any company or we are a dedicated business owner, that we put our personal lives on the back burner and we're proving to the company, to our managers, that no, I'm dedicated and this work is my life. I think majority of the people in USA feel this way because they're made to feel this way. This is how we're conditioned to view work-life balance. And here in Germany, people for the most part value their personal time. And so does the company, based on my experience, that companies promote wellness and taking personal time and taking time for your families. And my
Yeah.
view has changed as well on all of this work-life balance thing. And we have one fucking life to live. If we're not going to live our life, then what's the point of living? You need to really enjoy living. And if you don't enjoy your life, it's going to pass you by. And soon you're going to be on your deathbed thinking, what was the point of all of this? This next topic
Damn, that
is
was
a bit strange because
that was
I think
that's
Germany is following in the footsteps of the USA, which really sucks. And I'm talking about consumerism. It's no secret that in the USA, this society is heavily based on consumerism. And I lived that life to the fullest. When I started making money for the first time, I would make money during the week and spend it all during the weekdays. And I just really enjoyed my life. Then when I started my own business, I started making a lot more money. I started spending a lot more money. I started buying expensive things and wanted to buy a big house and wanted to buy a nice car. Not so much for investing, but my mindset was because now I can afford to have a big house, I'm going to have a big house so people can see that I have a big house. I will buy nice things because now I can afford to buy nice things so people can see that I can afford to buy nice things. And this wasn't just me. I mean, this was pretty much all of my friends. This is the society that we grew up in. Of course, there are people in the USA that invest their money and save their money, but majority of the USA population is heavily based on consumerism.
yeah.
Everything is pushed.
And he has a point because we have a trillion, what, 1.6 trillion dollars in credit card debts because people are spending more money than they have.
To us to buy. That is what's going to make us happy and what's going to bring us pleasure. When you don't do that, you feel like you have FOMO. All of the money that I made and then I spent, if I had only invested that money and not fallen trapped to the consumeristic society, financially my life would have been a lot better than it is right now. Everything is relative, so no complaints here. But I wish I didn't have that mindset. I just feel for so many people in the USA that don't even realize the trap that they're in with this entire consumerism. But the sad part is, it's catching up in Germany as well.
Really?
The first time I came to Germany was 16 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's
And life was very different here.
yeah, 16 years ago. That's a different. that was probably a different Germany back then. Like,
I noticed a huge shift here in Germany with this entire consumerism. I think the reason for that may be social media. So what people see in social media, how it influences, the younger generation or
or it could be a placebo effect. It could be a placebo effect. Placebo effects are real, guys. When you move to a new place, you are just, I don't want to say blind, but you cannot see things through with a different lens. You're just seeing it through the experience that you're living at the moment. And that takes some time, right? That takes some time to just move the things away and you start seeing the things more right what they are. Maybe Germany was always the way that is now in the last 20 years. Maybe. Or maybe it's changing. But I would just include the placebo effect, right, into the equation.
even, my age generation, people want to feel important. People want to feel seen, and somehow buying things makes it into a reality for them. So this last topic is a huge one. It's been part of the USA for a very long time, but in the past few years now, this has been kind of like a
I
hot
see.
topic that everyone talks about. But the extent of this, I've realized so
Oh, two
much
months
more
ago, okay.
this year than ever before. So during this year's election, we were here in Germany. Last two elections, we were in the USA. I was extremely stressed out. And I think for the most part, most of the people in the USA are stressed out during election time. So this entire political polarization, although it's been there for years and years, I mean, this is basically just part of history with the USA. Ever since Trump won the first election, since then it's just blown out of proportion. And I was there when Trump was elected president the first time. It was an extremely stressful situation to be in the US at that time. Things were just chaotic everywhere you went. Didn't matter. I mean, I was in California, but even in California, it was just chaos everywhere. And the last election was also same experience because everything is just so polarized. People hate each other. People have become self-righteous. And this year we were here in Germany and it made such a huge difference. I was not stressed out. Even after the outcome, it didn't stress me out. I'm very transparent as a person anyways, so I did not vote for Trump, but it didn't stress me out that he won. He won because he won. I mean, people chose him. This time because I was removed from so much.
That's the mindset. That's the mindset. When it comes down to politics, that's the mindset. He won. The opposition won. You just take it as it is, man. You just make sure the next time you just do a better job in educating yourself or educating the others, or just some people they take it for a next level, bro. Like,
Much negativity. I had a different viewpoint. And this is just my 2 cents. I think in the USA, with the media, it has played such a huge role
yep,
in bringing morals into, picking a candidate and picking a side. We've kind of lost that common ground. Let people believe what they believe. Let them live the way they want to live. As much as some issues feel very wrong to us, for others they view it very differently. In Germany and in Europe in general, it's such a huge difference how people handle political conversations and how they voice their political views. They just voice it. No one takes offense to anything. And if they disagree, then they disagree. It's a conversation. The USA has just become, seems like a big act that's put on by, political candidates and also the media, and we the people get caught in between. This entire political polarization issue has been an issue for a very long time, but I realized now, being away from it during this election, that how much of it was caused more by stress of being
wow,
in the USA and around people that are stressed out, around people that are being negative. But once I removed myself and viewed the election from here, I was so much more calmer than I would have been if I was in the USA. So those are the 4 points which I view differently about the USA than I did before. Let me know what you guys think of these points in the comments.
they're very good, man. Very, very, very good. I'm glad that he detached himself a little bit. Yeah, if you get caught up into the political, I would say, clown show, especially the media here is disgusting, man. I'm telling you, the media here is bad, 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 guys. I'm telling you, each side, both sides, of the equation, bad, because they make money. The both sides, they make money, right? So nothing gets done. So they create a status quo, right? And they use people to create news and I'm not gonna talk about a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff then behind the scene that's just to use the American people, and not in America, but also in a lot of parts of the world. But he's comparing America with Germany, and I'm glad that he's now more calm. He seems he's married. Good for him. I'm glad that's the case. But very, 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 very common things from a lot of people that has moved to Germany. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think he's right on this? Do you think he's a little bit exaggerated, or he's in the middle? I would love to hear you guys' opinions. In the meantime, guys, I'll see you next one.